YouTube, it's Sparkman here. Today we'll be doing a deck profile on windups. This deck is actually very near and dear to my heart. I played this as a kid growing up so many times. Absolutely loved it. Could never afford it because the deck was so expensive. The hand traps and some of these trap cards are still expensive for me. That's why I don't have it a live version like the Lightsworn deck. Um, but trust me, a lot of the budget's going towards other things. You guys will see in the very future. Um, but we're gonna get to the deck profile on EDO Pro. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna enjoy it. This deck might not be as competitive as some of the other decks out there, but it's pretty damn fun, and it can compete with the best of them, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, so let's get right to it. We're running three wind up sharks. Basically, what this card does is when a wind up monster is normal summon, you can special summon out this card, and you can increase its level by one or decrease it by one. And it sets up a lot of plays for your XC summoning. So, you know, very great monster, very awesome wind up card. Love this since I was a kid. Love it now. Wind up magician. Basically, we're running two of these. What this does is when a wind up monster activates effect, you can special summon one wind up monster from your deck in face of defense position. Now, right then and there, this deck sets up a lot of plays just with these two cards. I mean, you play this card, you special summon this card, you activate its effect, then you special summon either, wind up soldier, wind up warrior, wind up dog, whatever you want. And that's the great thing about this deck. You just, you go with the flow. Um, and that's how I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Now we're playing three Wind Up Rats. Wind Up Rat, basically what it does is when this card is, face up on the field, you could switch it to defense position, then target one monster in your graveyard, and then special summon on the field in defense position. Um, like I said, a lot of this deck is about XC summoning, in my opinion. I know Link summoning is the new thing these days, but there's some really good damn XC monsters out there, and some old ones that definitely are underrated, and I will show you a bit later what I mean by that. Alright, we're running two wind up soldiers and two wind up warriors. Basically, what this card does is, you know, when you play on the field, you can increase its level by one, and that sets up a lot of the XC summoning with your level 5 or rank 5s XC monsters. Wind Up Dog does pretty much the same thing as well. It increases level by 2. And Wind Up Warrior and Wind Up Dog can increase its level, but also increase its attack points. So keep that in mind just in case, you don't really need to XC summon, but increase its attack points to take down your enemy's monster. You're running two Wind Up Rabbits. Basically, you can target one wind up monster you control, banish until your next standby phase, and then, you can only use this card effect once while this card is face up on the field. Um, what's great about this card is that if you need to set up another play for your next turn, and let's say, your wind up shark is on the field, you probably use this card, this effect, to ban it next turn. So that way it comes back on the field just in case you need it for next turn and it's on the field defenseless. So good plays with Wind Up Rabbit as well. I don't use it as much, but you can use it in that regard. I'm running one Wind Up Kitten. Love this card just because you're not destroying your points monster, but you're returning the card to its hand when it's played on the field. This effect is really, really amazing. I love this card a lot. It helps me in so many ways you will not even imagine. Like, it just so many cards about you can't destroy this card with the monster's effect, blah 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 blah. Now this card is not destroying it, it's returning it to your hand. It reminds me of like a nightmare unicorn, pretty much. So underrated card in the deck as well. Gores is a player preference card. I just like running Gores in this deck. um, that's just me. You can run whenever you want. You can run another card, wind up card if you want. But hey, like I said, player preference deck. I have fun with it. I like Gores. I play Gores. I'm running two Rescue Cat because there's a lot of you know, level 3 or lower beast type monsters in this deck, so you can go into a lot of plays with that. I'm running three Ash Blossom because Ash Blossom is a thing, and you have to run it in order to get some wind under your belt. Running two Goblinberg. Again, player preference. I like it just because you can special summon out monster, and then you can go into link summoning, and you do all your fun stuff there. Um, I'm running two Wind Up Factories, so basically what this card does, once per turn, if an effective Wind Up monster is activated, you add one level 4 or lower Wind Up monster from your deck to your hand. Again, it's basically setting up your plays for either your next turn or possibly this turn, depending on how you're playing the deck. Running one Monster Reborn, one Call by the Grave, one Pot of Avarice, and 2 double summon. Double summon comes in handy and it's very clutch most of the time. Since you really do want to XC summon, and sometimes you maybe have a wind up warrior and a wind up soldier in your hand, and you're like, I need to play these two at the same time. How am I doing it? Well, you got double summon for that reason. So hopefully you draw double summon with it as well. I'm running 3 infinite and parent permanents. I think that's how you say this card's name. I, it helps a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It's a new card for me, so anytime a monster uses effects, I mean this card comes in clutch. So uh, definitely worth the money there if you want to run 3. But for me, I'm kind of broke, so can't pick that up at the moment. That's why I don't have it, like I said, uh, live in front of me. Running 3 Solemn Strike. Um, you just have to. Enough said. And 2 Solemn Judgment. For our extra deck, we're running 2 Synchro Monsters. You may be wondering why. Well, sometimes you could do some special things with Ash Blossom besides just using it for hand effects, right? So that's why I'm running the Brionic and the Goya Guardian. I'm also running for XC monsters, number 49 Fortune Tune, and then our 2 Wind Up Zen mains. Very, very underrated card. People sometimes forget what this card does. When people attack this card or try to destroy this card, you can use this effect. Detach 1, and it stays on the field, and then at the end phase, target 1 card on the field and destroy it. And sometimes people are like, wait, what? I didn't know it did that. And yeah, I mean, Vamp Zenmaze is so awesome. Absolutely still love this card. Comes in handy, and it definitely comes in clutch most of the time. I'm running 2 number 61 Volcasaurus. Again, this is a pretty much a classic card back in the day I used to run with this deck. Basically, you target 1 face of monster opponent controls, destroy that monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to destroy monster's original attack. I mean, this card does damage if your opponent has a strong monster on the field. So yeah, definitely comes in clutch. Wind up also Zemejo just because I am personally have PTSD from back in the day when people used to play a bunch of trap cards. Um, that's why this card is in the extra deck just because I need to take out those set cards just so I feel a little bit more at ease. I'm also running 2 Dvorak. Now, people, you may not know what the hell this card does, but let me tell you something. You're going to be running this card in wind up deck for sure. 3 level 5 monsters. Yes, it's 3 level 5. How am I doing that? Come on, it's wind up. So you're going to figure it out. You're going to get it on the field. Trust me. Once per turn, you can attach 1 card, material from this card, and then send the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Then, if any monster was sent to the graveyard by this effect, destroy cards your opponent controls up to the numbers of monsters sent. Wow. Okay, I couldn't speak for a second, but you guys get the gist of it. It's awesome. I mean, your opponent most likely have monsters on top of their deck. If not 3, most likely 2, and if not 2, at least 1, and that helps you out nonetheless. And Dvorak is pretty much milling your opponent's deck as well. So how can you go wrong with that? Come on. I'm also running 1 Wind Up Zen Maintenance, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 Boroso Dragon. Guys, this is my wind up deck. I absolutely enjoy it. I'm sure you guys might want to run it differently, but trust me, it's really fun running it this way. But hey, be my guest and run it your way as well. It's wind ups. Have fun with it. I do. So I'll catch you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And from yours truly, Sparkman. I'll see you next time.